G'day, the purpose of this video is to let you know about the problems that I've had with my brand new Subaru Forester which I purchased 2 years ago. Basically what actually happened was I came home from work one day to find paint flaking on my car's bonnet. When I went to Subaru themselves, the dealership I purchased it from, I was told politely by them that the paint problem was caused by bird droppings. Yes, can you believe it? Bird droppings. Bearing in mind that Australia has got lots of bird wildlife and they are renowned for it, and that because it was bird droppings, the warranty on this vehicle was null and void. Okay, now on to the paperwork. As you can see, on the 19th of the 6th, 2006, I took the car in for its 12,500 kilometer service. At this service, I actually pointed out that there were still issues with the paint because it had not been resolved the first time around. What they told me was, unfortunately, it was nothing to do with them, as they were only a dealership, and that they had to get a hold of Subaru Australia to come and do the inspection. And as you can see here, it quite clearly states, rebook for Subaru to inspect paint. Go to June 2007. As you can see, the paint issue was still not resolved at the time. What actually happened was, because it was such a big issue, Subaru Australia decided to engage an independent person to do the paint inspection. In saying that, it says here quite clearly, in closing Gary, I look forward to drawing this matter to a satisfactory conclusion. Now bearing in mind that this was June the 1st, 2007. Now what they did was they copied me into a copy of the test report, which was done by Mr. Jerry Sense. Anyway, as we go through to the test report, which was done on the 25th of May 2007, and it was sent to Subaru Australia, basically it quite clearly says the reason for the inspection: the above mentioned vehicle was inspected at the request of Jim McCabe of Subaru to investigate and report on the condition of the paintwork. Close visual inspection. Basically they did an inspection of the entire vehicle, and have a look what they say here. The bonnet, turret, tailgate had spotting caused by external influences. The contamination on the above vehicle were, in my opinion, caused by insects, insect secretions, and believe it or not, bird droppings. Yes folks, bird droppings. Wow, Australia, a renowned place for birds, whose poo or droppings actually causes damage to the car's paintwork. Wow, what a surprise. I've been complaining about this for a year and a half now, and Subaru have done nothing about it. Finally, a test report by an independent company agrees that there's problem with the paint. Well, let's go to a solvent test that the same company carried out. Okay? Basically, they did a solvent test. And yes, believe it or not, they were looking for a negative reaction. Basically, they didn't want any softening, crazing, or blooming. Both cars tested were solvent sensitive. By the way, Subaru obliged the company by bringing an additional vehicle of their own off of their factory floor to have tested at the same time as mine. And guess what? It failed, the same as mine. This is what they say. This was more visible after applying solvent to the panel, lightly dragging my fingernail across the surface, revealing the OE primer coat. Solvent sensitive paint does not have the same hold out to pollutants and light scratchings as does solvent stable paintwork. Now, boy, this is a problem because both cars have the problem. Eventually, on Tuesday, June the 19th, Subaru Australia sent me this letter without prejudice, strictly private and confidential. Okay? And it's addressed to me and my wife. As you can see, during our meeting, we reviewed the paint inspection report provided by your selected independent expert, Mr. Jerry Sense of Prestige paint. Now bearing in mind, I'm going to make this very, very clear. Subaru Australia engaged Mr. Sense to do this inspection on their behalf. That is why the test report was sent to Subaru Australia and not to me. Anyway, it says here, Mr. Sense has confirmed in his report and that in his opinion the markings on your vehicle's paint were due to external influences such as bird droppings. Yes, bird droppings. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? And of course, insects and insect secretions. Okay. They also go on to say here that Subaru Australia are prepared to offer to pay for the repainting of the bonnet and the turret, that's the bonnet and the roof, of your vehicle by a repairer of my choice, provided I obtain 3 competitive quotes. Now bearing in mind, the entire vehicle has this problem, not just the roof and not just the bonnet. Anyway, this was rejected. And just for the record, a gentleman by the name of McNoon was also included in this report. Okay, now we come on to Mr. McNoon of Subaru Australia. Now, as you can see, he sent me an email on the 25th of the 1st, 2008. And in the email, he claims that they've done a more extensive testing on the vehicle and they've still come to a conclusion that there's nothing wrong with my vehicle. Incidentally, my car's computer had a problem with it, so did some sensors, and it took 3 months to repair. At the time it was laying at the dealership being repaired, they elected to do some additional testing, in which the bonnet of my vehicle was completely destroyed. In saying that, they had to replace the bonnet and have it resprayed. Anyway, we shall now move on. As you can see here, firstly, Subaru Australia only became aware of your paint concerns in February 2007. That's strange. That was less than a year ago. But, as you can see on previous records, a service document, it was in June 2006. I don't think somebody's being honest here. Anyway, we carry on. He goes on to say, all of the results of the report clearly indicate that the paintwork on your vehicle is within normal industry parameters. Gee, I did not know that other vehicles suffered with paint problems caused by bird droppings. That's very, very interesting. He also confirms that this is within Fiji Heavy Industries, the maker of Subaru's vehicles. Accordingly, we are satisfied we have no illegal obligation to repair your vehicle, either under warranty or at law. This is strange. I smell a rat. Maybe it's bird droppings. Anyway, in respect of the report of the solvent test, as we advised you previously, this is not a proper test method of any scientific value. Gee, this is strange. Why did they engage him? I smell another rat. Maybe it's bird droppings. Anyway, carry on there. They offered to purchase my vehicle from me. Yes, Mr. Stewart, we already purchased your vehicle from you. We know you paid $42,000 and we're going to offer you market value, which is only $18,000. Would you decline that? Well, I did. Then, clearly, and an offer to pay for the repainting of your entire vehicle. The last offer that I saw was only to paint the bonnet, the turret and the tailgate. That's not the entire vehicle in my opinion. Yours? When I go to their dealership and park my car out, what do? They put a cardboard box over it to hide the problem.